Hi, I'm Will Howard, and we're in one of the most beautiful spots in the United States. We're in the Blue Ridge Mountains. We're at 2,000 feet elevation, and we're on the 8,000-acre estate of a very wealthy man who built a home in 1895 to escape from everyday life. His name was George Vanderbilt, and I can't imagine what his everyday life was like. George Vanderbilt was a great reader all his life, and he collected more than 22,000 volumes. Around 10,000 of them are in his library located on the first floor of the Biltmore House. The banquet hall is 72 feet long, 42 feet wide, and 70 feet high. It could seat up to 64 guests. Most of the cooking was done in the main kitchen, with additional work done in the rotisserie and the pastry kitchens. The breakfast room was often used for more intimate family meals. George Vanderbilt's bedroom enjoys spectacular views of the estate, in addition to the 22-karat gold leaf on the walls. Mrs. Vanderbilt's room is decorated with sumptuous cut velvet and silk fabrics. The Louis XV room features liberal doses of gold and silk, making this room literally shine on sunny mornings. Edith Vanderbilt chose this room in which to deliver her daughter, Cornelia, in 1900. Years later, when Cornelia was a young wife, this is where she gave birth to her two sons, George Henry Vanderbilt Cecil and William Amherst Vanderbilt Cecil. Biltmore House features one of the first indoor swimming pools. Located in the home's basement, it has light bulbs wired with DC current. It could hold 70,000 gallons of water. The lowered portion of the walled garden is home to around 2,300 roses representing more than 250 varieties, including 159 all-American rose selections. Now, as you can see, George enjoyed the finer things of life. This is one of the small gardens around the estate. George was the 9th youngest grandson of Cornelius Vanderbilt, who made his fortune in the shipping business and in the railroad business. We're with Wells Lowry at Asheville Zipline Canopy Adventures. This is really very exciting. It's very close to downtown Asheville, too.
It is indeed, about a half-mile from downtown.
Half-mile from downtown.
Yeah, we have an oasis here on the property of 124 acres.
124 acres.
That we're stopping development of any large scale, and instead we're putting in fun and excitement for everyone that can access it from town.
Now, this is the main spot that you take off from, is that right?
It is indeed.
How tall is that tower?
We call that the Jenga Tower. It has 56 feet from your feet at the top to the ground. It's about 6 stories high and has 88 stairs.
Seems like it's 200 feet up there.
It does, especially because of that sheer cliff, indeed.
And then you're going to decline to this one over there if the camera wants to pan over here.
Yep, that's what we call our watchtower. It's our only other fully man-made tower. We designed it like a lot of the old fire towers from the Forest Service back in the day, and that's about 60 feet up as well, a little less, probably 55 from the deck there.
So the drop in terms of the two towers is what? Is what length?
Not very much. It's about 3 to 5% on every single zip line.
All right, so the people that are zipping through, what happens if they get stuck in the middle?
We come and get them, or they can perform a self-assist. We have 2 rangers that guide every single trip, and so we send you off as well as receive you, and if you get in any kind of trouble, we're here to help you out. We also
we're gonna try that in a minute.
That sounds great. Yeah, we'll train you up to be a great zipper. All right, so we're going to send Will down on the left side here.
That's a long way. That's right?
Quarter of a mile. Look at that. Way to go, Will. That was
Well, that was very exciting.
That was a great time.
Now, do people, well, I had to sign a waiver, as
Yes,
everybody
sir.
does.
Indeed.
The one fellow Rankin said it was actually more dangerous than the golf cart ride back. Than it was.
He is actually correct. It is more dangerous to drive your car to a zipline canopy tour than it is to be on a zipline canopy tour.
Well, because you've got so much security.
Very much over-engineered.
Yes, we're with Charles Ponder, who is a tour guide for Gem Mountain. Gem Mountain, name of your company. And you find gems in mines. So this is kind of a mine here.
Yeah, this is aquamarine mine.
Aquamarine mine.
Yeah, you find aquamarine, tourmaline, garnets, and gold.
And how high up are we? What's our elevation?
Probably here you're about 2,600 feet.
2,600 feet, and we had to come through a very narrow, almost hidden path to get up here.
Yeah, it's kind of hid away.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been here with them about 4.5 years.
Okay, and what's the biggest gem, or the most valuable gem you found?
Probably a piece of aquamarine a lady found. It was probably 3 inches across and probably about 2 or 3 inches long. It was real pretty. It would have cut a lot of stones. It was so pretty. It was a real good crystal shape. She wouldn't cut it.
What was it worth?
I'm not really sure. You know, that's when you really start getting the value out of gemstones, exactly what they cost. That's when you can really get the value out of them.
So I see a big cat tractor up there. He's dug all this stuff out?
No, sir. This has actually been drilled and blasted.
Blasted?
Right. We drilled and blasted. I could probably look around. I could probably show you some of the drill marks where we drilled it. We've dug on that bank a lot. You can't really see the drill marks on. Well, yeah, you can. If you see those indentions on the side of the bank there where it's kind of caved in, that's drill marks. That's actually where we take the drill with the rod and drill it down and then put the dynamite in.
And what town are we in?
Spruce Pine.
Spruce Pine,
Yeah, this is
North
the
Carolina.
area of Spruce Pine, yeah.
So we're right outside of Asheville. About how many miles from Asheville?
Probably about 42 or 3 miles from Asheville.
Well, it's beautiful up here in these mountains. So we're going to be excited to see what you're going to do here, and then what you do back. You do this mining, and then you do.
Yeah, we do the buckets back at the shop, which out there now he brings stuff in 10 or 12 different mines. It ain't just one mine. So he's got a lot more variety back at the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, in the buckets.
So we're going to just see what we can dig up.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for the big. I love it. I love it.
But if you want to take your rock weed, that right there is really pretty.
I'd love to take that.
That's really pretty.
Mine almost feels like paper.
It does. It'll get real thin. You can see through it. It crumbles pretty bad.
This is going in my bucket.
They've actually got machines now that take it off.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can see what you're doing.
Okay. How's that?
That's good.
Okay, I want to see the man about town or something.
Okay.
I can see a piece of aquamarine right there. You see how green it is?
Man about town.
What are you looking at? This rock here?
Well, they're mostly the small
See
ones.
how green it is?
Yeah, watch your step, Gwen.
Well, they're mostly the small ones.
Look at
Yeah,
this.
watch your step, Gwen.
That's one of the garnets.
Have the garnet put it in your bucket. Okay.
See, they're all there.
Look, look
See
at
that
this.
round one right there in front
That's
of
one
you?
of the garnets.
Yeah. Okay. Put it in your bucket. Okay.
See, they're all there. See that round one right there in front of you?
Yeah. Okay. That's a garnet.
That's what he says.
Well, there's another one. They're all over the place.
That is.
Little round dude.
Yeah, let's see them. Musket balls. Musket balls. That's what they look like. Here's another musket ball. Is anything here?
I don't know. I don't know.
This shiny thing right here.
Oh, that's the mica.
Mica.
Yeah.
Mica's not worth anything, right?
Well, it's just an indicator. I think he said. You know that.
That's right. Yeah, that's what it did say.
And see this? This is tourmaline.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's neat. That's a neat bucket. Okay. What is this? Aquamarine? Okay.
Like I said, when you guys get done, take your stuff back to the shop. They're gonna look at all that for you.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's pretty. Got some nice blue in it.
So do you?
Holy smoke, that's almost a crystal, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen here? If we find something good, then you can turn that into jewelry. Is that what it is?
Yes. And you can see what they're doing. You just put a little bit in your screen, take you a
Go
few
ahead.
scoops
Let's see
of
it.
that.
Let's see you take a look.
Okay. I'm so curious to find out what everything is.
Well, when you get through, we'll go through it with you and tell you what it is.
Okay.
Now you just put your screen down in the water so you can wash it off a little. You can see the color better.
Oh, you're right. Is this a?
That's a sapphire.
This is a sapphire.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I love it. Oh, look at this. Look at
That's
that.
amethyst.
Look at the color.
I
in that.
know. When we shine the light on it inside, you'll be able to see what they really look like.
So this is more of this one.
Soda light. Mm-hmm.
And you know, when they showed us in the mines, the garnets, I couldn't even imagine.
I know.
So it's all a matter of
They're
polishing.
beautiful when you clean them up. They're very beautiful.
Well, you know, everything I see has color of some sort. This is, oh look, there's that one actually looks,
That's a garnet.
gosh, I found one of everything.
That one's your emerald. That's one of your more valuable stones, your emerald.
You can actually see it growing.
You can see the crystal shape in the rock.
Oh, this is fabulous.
It is. It's
So, how many people do you have coming through here a year?
thousands. We have thousands.
Thousands.
We have thousands of people.
Okay, you have garnet. Garnet has a lot of iron in it. It oxidizes or it rusts to the outside. That's that stone right there.
Wow. It wouldn't
Garnet.
be that big, though.
Yeah, it'd be this big, at least that big.
be that big. That's a lot of iron around it?
Yeah. All right. Well, the whole stone's got a lot of iron in it, and when it comes up, gets close to the top of the ground, it oxidizes. When it gets to the oxygen, it causes oxidized. It's pretty much the same principle. If you got a rusty pipe and you saw inside of it, you get into the pure metal.
Yeah, right.
Okay. This is aquamarine. You have to, a lot of times you have to go in and get the small spots out of the aquamarine because they fracture up.
And here you're going to see the finished product, what they look like. Like this one's going to be soda light, and that's what it'll look like when you cut it. The garnets, see how beautiful they are?
That's just remarkable to me.
They have iron on them, but that's what gives them their color.
The red.
Wow.
Now this is the one that turns blue if you heat it. It's
How hot do they have
beautiful.
to heat it?
About 900. This is Amazonite. This one's aventurine.
Wow.
Hold them a little closer if you could so the camera can get them up.
Okay. This one is your aquamarine. That's beautiful too. See the color in this one?
Yes, that is incredible.
That's an emerald.
I just can't even believe that.
This one is a sapphire. You can see the blue color in it. It's going to be a blue star sapphire.
Oh, star sapphire. So that's the one that the light makes.
Now see, this is pretty.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
That's the eye light.
That's gorgeous. It reminds
See?
me of that.
Tanzanite.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
See, that's eye light too. This is another sapphire. All the stones have certain shapes, just like the aquamarine, the garnet. They all have certain shapes.
Oh, look at the color.
That's an amethyst. That's pretty.
Yes, it is.
You like this color too, the blue.
Yes.
That's apatite.
Wow, it really changes, doesn't it?
It does.
Appetite. I love the name.
That's another emerald. You got several emeralds. See the color?
That's just amazing.
See?
That would be the better ones in that bunch.
These are all the ones I found.
Okay, that's yours. This is hers. Okay, I understand.
Asheville has a great downtown, and we're in one of the older sections, and it's called Wall Street, and it's lined with restaurants, and we're told this is one of the top restaurants in town, the Marketplace. We're with Chef William Disson. William, we read about reviews of restaurants, and everybody was kind of pointing us to you here down here on Wall Street. So, how long have you been here? And tell me, what's your philosophy?
Okay. Well, the Marketplace has been in Asheville for 33 years. I bought the restaurant a little over 3 years ago, and our mission here, we're a farm-to-table restaurant, and we try to source everything from within 100 miles of the restaurant. Obviously, you can't do that with everything, so when we can't get it local, we try to get from the most sustainable producers and purveyors possible. We're one of 35 restaurants outside of Monterey, California. That's a direct partner with the Monterey Bay Aquarium and their Seafood Watch. So we made a pledge to only serve sustainable seafood.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's super. And what's one of your favorite dishes?
Gosh, one of our favorite dishes. Well, the menu changes seasonally. I like to tell folks that I come up with a formula every season, and as the season evolves and availability changes from our farmers, our menu evolves and changes as well.
Tell me about downtown Asheville. It seems like a really with it town.
Sure, it's definitely a funky place. You see a lot of T-shirts around town that say "Keep Asheville Weird," almost like Austin, Texas. But it's a kind of a funky place. It's really a haven for a lot of liberal folks. You see a lot of artists, musicians, chefs, restaurateurs, lots of farmers. Really, I tell people it's an interesting city to live in because almost feels a little bit like you're in Manhattan. Feels a little bit like you're in Berkeley, California. It feels a little bit like you're in the South, and a little bit like Appalachia, kind of all rolled up into one here in Asheville.
It's neat. Can you prepare a dish for us to take a look at? One of your favorite dishes?
Oh gosh, one of the favorite dishes. Well, we have a really great dish, very simple in preparation, but really wonderful flavors. It's a local sunburst trout. So about 20 miles away in Canton, North Carolina, is a trout farm called Sunburst Trout Farm, and they've got some of the most sustainable, tastiest trout, I think, in the nation.
Can we take a peek in your kitchen?
Sure, we can take a peek.
Okay, great, super. Now, this is not a rainbow trout.
This is definitely not a rainbow trout. This is a wreck fish that comes off the South Carolina coast.
It's a big fish.
It is. So there's a place outside.
Did you say wreck fish?
Wreck fish, like WRECK.
Oh, okay. So he eats around
wrecks. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
just off the Charleston, South Carolina coast is a place called the Charleston Bump, which is right off the Gulf Stream, and so it's a place where the ocean floor comes up only about 300 or 400 feet from sea level. And so there's a lot of different wrecks and reefs there. And then this is a type of grouper also known as stone bass, and it feeds off all different crustaceans that are there in the different reefs and the wrecks in the area.
How old do you think this fish is?
Oh gosh, it's probably a good 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Okay. What are you going to do?
So I'm just going to show you how to butcher it. So we'll just kind of take it off the bone and show you what we.
Flip it around and do that?
I'm going to flip it around, yeah, and show you what we do to portion it out.
Let's see.
Okay. Definitely a heavy fish.
How many pounds?
Oh, this is probably 35 pounds.
So you grow a lot of your own spices here too, I see?
Well, along with using a lot of local ingredients from local farms, we do try to supplement that with our herb garden here. We grow a lot of edible flowers and herbs that we'll use in our kitchen. So it's great as a chef to be able to just walk right out the door and snip off some herbs and use them super fresh to go right into our cooking. So I think as the guests can really taste the difference, you get that really bright flavor.
I see your wood pile here. Is that a particular kind of wood?
That's actually local oak and hickory, and so we have a large grill inside here. You see the round circle through the window.
Yes.
I tell a lot of people that's the wheel that steers the kitchen, and they look at me funny. And it's actually the crank that raises and lowers the grate on our grill.
That's
and
neat.
so we build a big wood fire there, kind of a campfire, let it burn down, and then that's what we roast all of our meats on.
Now, we had a tough time finding a place to park. Is Asheville really booming?
It is definitely. The Chamber of Commerce, they're saying that over the next few years we're about to double in tourism.
Wow.
Which is that's a lot. And so it really, Asheville in particular, the Biltmore Estate and the Blue Ridge Parkway are two of the major attractions. But downtown Asheville in particular is really kind of running a quick third behind there, just because of the amazing chefs and restaurants and the ease of walking around downtown. You can really walk around the city just within a few minutes and hours and really enjoy your time. There's a lot of great parks and great shops and boutiques and restaurants. Spend your time.
It's a terrific place to visit.
It is, definitely.
We've really enjoyed staying here.
Well, we really enjoy living here too. So.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
This is Will Howard in Asheville, North Carolina, signing off.